Dear my Dhamma friends, today our Sutra discussion day, right? Okay, yeah. Today I would like to discuss with you another sutra. This is a special sutra. And this sutra is called Pabbatopama Sutta. This is found in Kosala Sanyutta, in Sanyutta Nikaya. So before I begin, I would prefer to mention the reasons of why exalted one, the Buddha, preached this sutra to the king Pasenadi Kosala. The reason is clearly mentioned in the Attakatha. You know, Attakatha means this book has been written to elaborate the original scripture or the canon, or we call Tripitaka. Right? According to the Attakatha, King Kosala had the habit to visit the Buddha thrice a day. On his way to visit Buddha, sometime he traveled with all his security guards. Normally, you know, the security guard means who are soldiers. But sometime when he traveled to visit Buddha, there were only few guards. So this news was passed on onto a group of criminals or the thieves, a particular group, and they plan and discuss this among each other. Right? Actually, according to the Attakatha, there were 500 thieves, and they fully organized themselves to kill the king in order to get the kingdom into their power. Actually, this gang was in a forest called Andavanaya, which was very quiet, close to the Jetavanaramaya, where the exalted one lived. However, even though they planned to kill the king had an expanded unit of surveillance. We call it simply intelligent unit. Right? He managed to get this news via the intelligent forces and announced forces to capture them all. There were actually, as I mentioned in previously, 500 thieves. They had captured and brought into the city. Finally, without any hesitation, King Kosala ordered to kill them all with severe and strict and harsh punishment. After this incident, later, the Lord Buddha heard this terrible incident, and then he wanted to explain about the result of this unwholesome act to the King Kosala and those all who were involved with this wrong activity. So, according to the Attakatha, this is the reason why Lord Buddha preached this sutra to the King Kosala. Not only Kosala, those who gather at the Jetavanaram monastery at that time. So, it's clear the story behind now, right? This sutra actually in the Sanyutta Nikaya, the original scripture, there's no about this story. This is later added by the monks who elaborate the Pali canon. So then we come back to the sutra again. So firstly, I would like to explain in brief the meaning of the name of the sutra. The name of the sutra is Pabbatopama Sutta. Pabbata means, according to the sutra, great mountain. In the sutra it mentioned Mahantam Pabbatang Abbasamam. The great mountain as high as the cloud or the sky. It's a huge mountain. Upama means illustration or parable, right? Then Pabbatopama means parable of a great mountain, and it's of an analogy to explain about the aging and death, right? This is the meaning of the name of this sutra. So now let's talk about this sutra now. Okay. Sutra starts in this way: Evam me sutang ekam samayam bhagava savattyang viharati jetavane anatha pindikassa arami. So on one particular day in the past, when the great Buddha lived at Savatthi, the king Pasenadi Kosala approached the Blessed One in the middle of the day. On arrival, after bowing down, he sat to one side. As he was sitting there, the Blessed One said to him, "Well now, great king, where are you coming from in this middle of the day?" Then the king replied, he said, "Dear my lord, I was engaging in the sort of royal affairs typically of the head anointed noble warrior kings, intoxicated with the intoxication of sovereignty, obsessed by the greed for sensual pleasures, who have attained stable control in their country, and who rule having conquered a great sphere of the territory on the earth. So dear my lord, so there is so much work for us as a lay people, especially as a king, right?" Then after King Kosala's reply, then the exalted one softly said to him, "Tang king manyasi maharaja, idate puriso agaccheya purattimaya disaya. Saddhaiko paccheiko sotang upasankamitva evam vadiyya. Yage maharaja janiyasi ahang agacchami." Like that. I would like to explain in English. "Anyway, dear king, what do you think? Suppose a man trustworthy and reliable." See here, Buddha used the two words saddhaiko pacchaiko. Saddhaiko means trustworthy one, the man who can trust, trustable one, right? Pacchaiko means someone who doesn't lie. It's very rare to find someone never lie, right? But Buddha used these two words, someone trustable one. Suppose and assume king, a one of man, trustworthy and reliable one, will come to you from the east, and on arrival he would say, "It is pleasure, your majesty. You should know that I come from the east. Te puriso agaccheya purattimaya disaya. There I saw a great mountain as high as the cloud, mahantam pabbatang abbasama." As high as the sky, right? We normally call for that peril, right? Coming this way, crushing and destroying all living beings and everything on its path. Okay? Then, assume, dear king, the second man will come to you from the west. The first man come from the east, the second man come from the west. Ata dutiyo puriso agaccheya paschimaya disaya. He come from the west, Pachima disa. And on arrival he would say, "It is pleasure, your majesty, you should know that I come from the west. There I saw a great mountain as high as the cloud or the sky." It's a huge peril, right? Coming this way, crushing and destroying all living beings and destroying on its path everything, right? Then the third man will come to you from the south. Aham agacchami dakkina disaya, south, right? And then that man will come to you from the south, and on arrival would say, "It is pleasure, your majesty, you should know that I come from the south. There I saw a great mountain as high as the cloud coming this way, crushing all living beings." Then the Buddha say, "Dear king, assume." Then the fourth man, there are four men, the fourth man will come to you from the north, and on arrival he would say, "It is pleasure, your majesty, you should know that I come from the north. There I saw a great mountain as high as the cloud coming this way, crushing all living beings." Then the exalted one asked him from the king in this way, "Yante Maharaja Karaniyang Tang Karohiti. Evarupete Maharaja Mahati Mahabbaye Samuppanne Darune Manussakhe Dullabe Manussate Kimasakarniyanti." What would you think should be done, great king, if such a great peril should arise and it comes to you in four directions? Would be a terrible destruction of human life, the human states being so hard to obtain. What should be done? Then the king replied, the Lord Buddha, "Anyatra dharmacharyaya, anyatra samacharyaya, anyatra kusala kiriyaya, anyatra punya kiriyaya." If, Lord, such a great perils should arise, it would be such a terrible destruction of human life. The human life is so hard to obtain. All I can do is Dhamma conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, and meritorious deed. I won't able to do much else. Right? This is the answer of the King Kosala. So I would like to ask from you, if this kind of perils arise, what you can do with it? Assume that some tsunami is coming, right? Or maybe a cyclone or whatever, right? Or maybe a bushfire, right? We cannot do nothing, right? Then the Buddha said, "Dear king, well said. Okay, assume that these perils come from all four directions, north, east, west, and south, representing jati, birth, jara, aging or getting old, vyadi, illness or the ailments, marana, death. So I inform you, great king, I announce you to, great king, aging and death are rolling in on you. When aging and death are rolling in you, great king, what should be done?" Then King Pasenadi Kosala, he replied to the Buddha, "Dear Lord, I have very strong elephants and they can win any kind of battle, but they can't do anything with this, as there is no scope for them. When aging and death are rolling in on us, there are cavalry battles, chariot battles, infantry battles, but there is no use of those battles and no scope for them when aging and death are rolling in on us. Dear Lords, in my royal court, there are counselors who, when enemies arrive, are capable of working on their wits, but there is no use in working on their wits, as there is no scope for them when aging and death are all in on us. In this royal court, there are abundant bullion and gold stored in vaults and depositories. And with such wealth, we are capable of buying enemies when they come. But there is no use for those battles of wealth when aging and death rolling in. As aging and death are rolling in on me, Lord, what else should be done other than Dhamma conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, and meritorious deed? Right? Then the exalted one replied to the king, so it is great king, so it is great king. As aging and death are rolling in on you, nothing else could be done but Dhamma conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds, meritorious deeds only remains. So that is the Buddha's advice. This is what this sutra is about. Now we will discuss further about this sutra. Anyway, some people may still believe that even when all these things are rolling in on us, the money can help with it. Isn't it? People believe, right? Yeah. It's true that when you are sick, if you have money, there's a possibility to reduce the sickness to a certain level using money, right? To see a specialist, you need money. Yeah, that's true. Nevertheless, I can assume you that money can't stop you from getting sick. And also, money can't stop you from getting old. Even though you got a great amount of money, you are unable to stop your death, isn't it? Getting sick, aging, and death is equal to everyone. And it's beyond all the barriers. Caste, skin color, rich or poor, everything, isn't it? Right? So I just remember one of the statements made by the Steve Jobs before his death. He made such a wonderful statement, and he said, "At this moment, lying on the bed, sick and remembering all my life, but I realize that all my recognitions and wealth that I have is meaningless in the face of the imminent death." You can hire someone to drive a car for you, make money for you, but you cannot train someone to carry the diseases for you. One can find material things, but there is one thing that cannot be found when it is lost. That's called life. See? Steve Jobs is one of the most successful businessmen ever. A multi-billionaire with a net worth more than 7 billions. And he died at the age of 56 with a cancer. See, did money help with not being sick, not getting ill, or preventing death? No. That's why King Kosal explained that these materialistic things do nothing when these perils are rolling on us. Right? I just remember another example. A famous fashion blogger by her name is Kyrzeada Rodriguez, Kyrzayda. She died in September 2018, as I remember, at the age of 14 from a cancer. And before she died, she wrote the following for her followers on the social media. And she said, very nice things that we have to keep in our mind, those statements, right? I have a brand new car parked outside that cannot do anything for me. I have all kind of designers, clothes, shoes and bags that can't do anything for me. I have money in my account that can't do anything for me. I have a big, well-furnished house that can't do anything for me. Look, today I'm lying here in a twin-size hospital bed. I can take a plane any day of the week if I like, but that can't do anything for me. So don't let anyone make you feel bad for the things you don't have. But the things you have, be happy with those. If you have a roof over your head, who cares what kind of furniture is in it? The most important thing in life is love. That's her statement. See how things can be changed. Money can't do anything with it. Right? Assume that you have much amount of money in your account and one day all of a sudden you're near to die. When you are dying moment, someone bring this money and show you what you feel. What you can do with it. What will happen to those money? It's questionable, isn't it? Right? The materialistic things are nothing to us when it's come to our death. It's true that we need a comfortable life with material things, but we must use these in a proper way with real understanding of impermanence. It is then easy for us to reduce our desire. Otherwise, as you are getting successful materially, at the same time, you will also enhance arrogance. This is harmful to you as well as to the society. We come to this world empty-handed and also we will depart empty-handed, isn't it? Birth, death, aging and sick are universal to everyone in this world. Those beyond all the barriers. And these events are very natural in life as well. That is why in this sutra it is clearly explained that in the theme of the birth, death, your life must be purposeful for yourself as well as to others. The Exalted One gave us 4 advice in this sutra to be able to have a better life and overcome those perils. If you need to really overcome these perils, the first advice, Anyatra Dharmacharyaya, Dhamma conduct. Here the term Dhamma has a few meanings in the Pali language. Let's talk about the meaning of these words. Dhamma, the very first meaning, the Buddha said, Dhammo bhikkhave desisam. Here Dhamma means Buddha's teaching or doctrine. Another place Buddha explained, Dhammo papeti suggating. Here Dhamma means meritorious deed, good activity. That helps you to be born in a upper layer, upper realm. Right? In a Dhammapada, Buddha mentioned, Mano pubbangama Dhamma. Here Dhamma means thoughts. So we can apply here the word Dhamma is Buddha's doctrine. Normally conduct means your behavior or properly organize your manner, right? Therefore, in this context, Dhamma conduct means managing or organizing your behavior or manner according to the Dhamma, according to the Lord Buddha's teaching. There is a very special statement, Dhammo have rakkati dhammachari. The Dhamma protects the one who lives by the Dhamma. Right? This statement has a deep, deep meaning. Someone may ask, how can Dhamma protect you, right? Yeah, that kind of question sometimes may arise. The simple answer is, if you follow the Buddhist doctrine, no doubt you will be protected. Assume that you follow the 5 basic precepts. If you abide by these 5 precepts, as well as everyone else, we will be living in a peaceful society. On the other hand, Buddha advised to his followers to be mindful every moment. Keep your concentration on a particular object. If you are mindful with the things you do mostly, then you are protected, isn't it? Dhamma also has an ability to protect you from all kind of illness, spirit ghost, fears, and astrological obstacles. We use Dhamma, a Buddha's doctrine, a sutra, as a pirit for chanting at a special blessing ceremonies. Pirit means protections. Parisamantato tayati rakkatiti parittam, which means you are protected from all the directions. There are 2 very famous sutras. I think everyone knows Ratana Sutra and Karnimita Sutra. So many other sutras among the Buddha's doctrine as well. This sutra used to protect the people from all these kind of obstacles. Right? People who trust the doctrine with their great respect and devotion. Additionally, when you chant, you listen to the Dhamma with your undivided mind, it will heal you mentally and physically. Then you will be protected. So, therefore, finally, Dhamma conduct means you live according to the Buddha's teaching. Right? The second advice is Anyatra Samacharyaya, right conduct. Right conduct means, actually here word used sama. According to the Pali dictionary, samacharya means calm and righteous religious behavior. Those behaviors are not affected anyone, even himself. He kept away from all kind of bad, wicked, cruel, dirty things. Also, if we look at the Pali words, sama means being tranquil and quiet, soothe, and gently calm. Therefore, it is clear that your conduct must be good for yourself and the others. Then there's no any harm activities. This is called samacharya. Away from all kind of bad behaviors. The third advice is Anyatra kusala kiriyaya. Skillful deeds, or we can even say wholesome activity. Right? According to the Buddhist teaching, we must have a special skill to reduce all kind of unwholesome thoughts and enhance wholesome thoughts in your mind. In Buddhism, actually there are 4 right exertions or effort. That means physical and mental efforts to achieve a particular goal. That's in Buddhism we call Chattaro Sammappadana. The first one, exertion from the preventing of unskillful state to arise. Simply we can say you are not allowed to arise unwholesome thoughts in your mind, right? The second one, exertions from the abandoning or reducing of the already arisen unskillful state or unwholesome thoughts. The third one, exertion from the arising of skillful state or wholesome thoughts. The final one, exertion from the sustaining or increasing of arisen skillful state or wholesome thoughts. So this is actually what we call skillful deeds. Simply, on the other hand, kusala kriya or skillful deeds mean developing your mind through meditation. Right? The Buddha's final advice to overcome all these perils, the final one is Anyatra Punya Kiriyaya, meritorious deeds or activities. Punya means merits, meaning you can earn merits through the material offerings. Through these kind of offering you can accumulate, especially offering for requisites for the monks, and so many meritorious deeds in Buddhism, right? So through this kind of activity, you can accumulate or generate such a kind of inner beauty or inner strength, which is we call merits, right? So it's very clear that skillful deeds and meritorious deeds are interdependent and interrelated. It's like two sides of a same coin, right? So also another example is if the wick of a lamp is a kusala or skillful deeds, merits will represent the light which illuminate from the lamp. Therefore, these two things are interlinked, interrelated. In this way, Exalted One advise us to do as aging and death are rolling in on you. What else should be done but Dhamma conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds and meritorious deeds. So I wish that you would be able to practice these 4 facts, and we all know that in the reality 3 perils are already rolling on us. You see, the birth, getting old or aging or sick, these perils are already rolling on us. The only one peril that remains is death, isn't it? Right? Therefore, that peril reaches us as well. Before that peril reaches to us, what we have to do is practice these 4 factors which mentioned by the Buddha: Dhamma conduct, right conduct, skillful deeds and meritorious deeds. I wish may you all able to practice these 4 facts which is mentioned in this sutra, and then you will able to away from all these perils rolling on you. Thank you so much. May you all able to realize the 4 noble truths, and may all good things come to you, such as longevity, equanimity, and most importantly, tranquility. May the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha bless you all. Thank you so much. We transfer the merit for the gods. All the gods and nagas of devas of mighty powers, having shared these merits, they improve their all the comfort. Long protect the teaching of the Buddha, long protect the translation of the Buddha, long protect the me and others. We recite together. Akasatta ca bummatta devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chiran rakkantu desanang Chiran rakkantu sasanang. Chiran rakkantu mang paranti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.